What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action spawning. In the top of the map, in the blue color, your hero for today is playing as Zeus, and his name is Taravolta. The legend of Taravolta begins today. His opponent today, in the red color, playing as Loki, his name is Gorka. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Low Elo Legends, and these two are going to be putting on a show for you on this auspicious of occasions. We're going to be taking a look at what these guys have got happening and how it's all going to go. We've already got 3 villagers on gold with the perfectly placed storehouse. This is exactly where you want the storehouse, on the short side and attached to the gold mine. This is absolute perfection from Taravolta here. He's going to show us exactly how it's all done. Whoa, he's even doing the push mechanics there with the Kataskopos. This guy, he knows what's up, and we're going to have to wait and see how things are going to go here. Taravolta also understanding very, very well that you can actually save your hunt for the later stages of the game if you jump onto chickens nice and early. Now, this isn't the best play, because chickens do gather a little bit slower. We're trying to be nice to these guys. These guys are low-level players, so any a little bit of assistance we can give for anyone out there, we're going to try and do it here. So for those of you who don't know, chickens do gather slightly slower than hunt. So you want to be gathering that hunt if you can, unless you have husbandry, in which case the chickens gather at roughly the same speed as hunt. So if you want to grab an early husbandry, you can jump onto chickens nice and early. But generally speaking, grabbing yourself hippopotamus nice and early here is going to be very, very good as well. Our Travolta character at the top, who will be showing us how it's done here. For those of you who want to get a little bit more value out of your storehouse placement, you want to put it on the long side, and slightly further back is kind of be the correct sort of way to go about that sort of stuff there as well. As we see a temple coming down here, and we'll see how these guys are going to be approaching this matchup. Temple coming up here as well for Gorka. And, I mean, you have a very interesting matchup here nonetheless, because Loki has got a lot of boosts to help him out. And Zeus has also got a lot of really, really strong things that he can do against Loki here. Another little trick you can do for those of you wanting to play a little bit more efficiently, a little bit more solidly, is with your ox carts, make sure you right click on the resource you want them to be on, and it will actually follow those villagers around wherever they may go. So you don't have to be too worried about all of that stuff, in all honesty here. As we see a house coming up over here, don't want to get population blocked. We do see Gorka has actually cut villages for the time being. Travolta, on the other hand, he is going to continue to pump those out. And now he's going to be going up through Hermes. Hermes is actually a pretty good option here, in all honesty, in this matchup, because you actually get ceasefire for flaming weapons. Ceasefire for flaming weapons can be very, very good. So we'll see what Travolta is going to be doing. We also see Forsetty coming through for Gorka. Now, you can go for a lot of different options here as Loki. You got a few in terms of just like booming versus aggressive play, to be honest. So you've got Heimdall or Forsetty. Forsetty is a really, really strong option to be kind of raid heavy. You get Hall of Thanes, you get some healing spring stuff to keep your units nice and high. So very, very fun stuff you can do with that. But you can also go through Heimdall here as well and opt in to Rigstula and start getting yourself town centers and all the other good stuff. So we'll see how things are going to go here as both players heading to the next stage. Taravolta here needs to be a little bit careful to not get population blocked. At the moment, he is very, very close to that. He is still building villages, so he's remembered to do that. Whereas on the other side, we do see a couple of dwarves getting built out. Over here, a little bit of a juke as the relic does come in. We do have Hestia's Hearth right here for Gorka at the moment. As the troll going to be coming through here, going to try and slap down that Jason. Little bolt there onto the Ursa. Is the Ursa going to charge over here onto that Centaur to take that one down? Oh, the micro from Terravolta. Look at the moves. Look at the skill. He's gotten that hit and run micro going. Uses the special ability. But Gorka manages to take that one out as the Jason will fall very, very shortly after this. As Gorka is looking to claim the center of the map here. Our hero, Terravolta, needs to focus up right now. Lots of idle villagers in his main base. Going to be moving them up to the top side of the map. Lots of resources in the bank here. He is saving those for a rainy day at the moment. Same too here for Gorka. Gorka might be considering to go to the next age, or he might just be not quite prepared to get that macro on here as he gets that great haul up. And what is he going to be going for? He's going to be making some raiding cavalry here as he's moving across the map with those Hersa, looking for a little something to take out. And what is the unit of choice? It's going to be Hippias here for Terravolta. After 24 seconds, he will be able to get those out. A couple more houses going to be coming down. Terravolta here is also opting into the long distance wood chopping. It's an option. I wouldn't say it's a good option. And we do see him fixing it up here, dropping a storehouse down as well. This is going to help out that income quite a lot. But we'll see what Gorka's going to be able to do here with all of his resources, because he's got so many. For those of you wanting to improve at home, best way to get rid of those resources is build more buildings and then just hit shift and build all of those dudes out as fast as you can. While so shift and queuing does create 5 units at a time. So we do see a raid coming through. First blood coming in. Villager does get sniped down. Raiding cavalry trades for it as Gorka is drawn first blood villager wise here, as those raiding cavalry are going to be pulling back. As we see, look at this one here from Terravolta at the moment. He is spamming out those Hippias in one stable. This does make it quite hard. Really, if you want to be spending your resources, you just get a couple more stables out and you're all good. But Terravolta deciding now to rotate his villagers around. In the first campaign of the Fallen Trident, is that what it's called? You do get told that if you have too much of a resource, it is important to re-diversify your economy, to reorganize your economy. And Terravolta, he paid attention to that. And he's showing us right now how good he can be by simply just moving back onto this gold mine, mining that out, and getting himself those Hippias coming through. Lots of houses coming down in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is auto queue houses. This is how you never get housed. If you've got housing problems, just spam them out. Perfect play here from Terravolta. Gorka. I like the name Gorky, but it's Gorka. Now going to be getting himself sentry towers here. Just to be nice and defensive at home. Armory coming up as well, as Gorka is like, if you're not going to fight me, I'm going to go to the heroic age. And a really, really good use of your resources is always going to be teching. You can tech up to the heroic age, you can tech up to the mythic age, you can even tech up to the wonder age if you really want. And we'll see how things are going to go here. Tower is now up for Gorka in the center of the map, getting some map control, also getting some vision here. There's a nice upgrade in the tower here if you really want it at some point in the game. And here we are going to be... Gorka knows. I honestly, I wasn't expecting this to come through. This is kind of like a mid-game technology. It's really cheap at 150 wood. Gives 6 line of sight to all your buildings. But it allows you to actually see a ton of the map. But it is quite expensive for the early stages of the game. But he's going for signal fires. Gorka the genius. Gorka might just be a level in front of everyone else here. As we're also seeing Njord coming through. Walls coming up as well onto this position here. And we are now seeing the Hippias running through as they do get greeted by the tower that's sitting on this position. But the Hippias are going to be tearing everything up. This tower, while it does do a decent amount of damage, look at that damage onto the Centaur polemark over there. He's seeing Herman coming through as well in an attempt to defend on this position. But Terravolta, our hero Zeus player, has the numbers. And he is going to be making it very, very challenging for Gorka to make this work, especially with Njord coming through right now. We'll see where Gorka is going to be going with this one. It might be worth it to drop that God Power straight away to defend his tower. It's a big investment. Look at this tower. He's almost taken out a Centaur here. As another Herman comes through, does manage to pick off one Hippias. The rest of those units will be pulling back, and we do see that first Mountain Giant coming through, as well as Hall of Thanes, medium infantry. I want to see Jotuns coming through here for Gorka in this game to pump out those Mountain Giants. Could be a really, really good idea. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Gorka, he's got to be thinking about, well, if my opponent went Heroic Age, maybe it's time for us to go Heroic Age as well. He's also queuing up all of the Hippias in this stable, just in case. Well, just because he doesn't want to ever forget. Never forget. Always spam Hippias out. One stable is the perfect amount of stables. We see another Centaur coming out. Gorka throwing up some farms in the main base, even though he's got those herdables. It's very, very smart to do this because you actually fatten those herdables up. And once they get to full food, you can pull all those villagers off of the farms and then eat all your goats because they actually gather quite quickly. So if you want to... Guys, if we're being serious, I think it's better to be jumping onto goats a little bit earlier and then throwing your farms down. But you do you. Gorka's the main protagonist in this story. All right, a little bit of a up. That Toskapos was booking it. He does have himself Spirited Charge, so that Toskapos is very, very quick. As we're now seeing Taravolta. I like Travolta is his name. Taravolta coming over here to grab the gold mine. And Gorka going to be sending those villagers in to the center of the map right now. As we see watchtowers now coming through for Taravolta. Just to make sure he's nice and safe. Armory coming up as well to unlock that Heroic Age. Let's carrier pigeons. He's going to have so much line of sight. He's going to see so much. He's getting carrier pigeons. This guy's insane. Put towers up everywhere on the map. We see some more walls coming down. Absolutely love that. As well as Levy Longhouse soldiers coming in. Gorka means business. Look at the line of sight this tower is going to... Like, it's... Look at it right now, and then look at it popping out. How much does this give? 6? I know there's 6 line of sight. It's going to come up to here or something, right? Oof. Oof. He's got full control of the center. Oh, this map is Megalopolis, by the way, guys. So controlling this center does mean you get an extra town center. And that's going to be a lot of help. As we see a lot of Herman coming through now for Gorka. As Travolta deciding Apollo is the name of the game here. He wants those manticores. He wants that Temple of Healing. So we're also seeing ballistics coming through for Gorka. Does ballistics affect the tower? I never know. Range Soldier, Hero Warship, Myth building. So it does affect the tower. This is a very, very important relic when you've got that tower controlling the center of the map. Not relic. What's it called? Technology. As we also see stone walls coming up. Stone walls is a huge tech. How much does it give you? 100% hit points. So it's going to go up to 1,000 hit points here. Absolutely huge. Some more walls coming up over onto this position here. Come on, Taravolta. You got to switch on idle villages. Something you don't want to have. I mean, maybe giving them a little bit of a rest is not bad because they do work pretty hard. They're a little bit bored, though, it looks like. They do have a pretty cool idle animation, though. Oh, there he goes as he notices it. Yes. Off to the races. Both players are just going to be macroing up a storm here. 2,000 wood in the bank for Gorka. He can spam out 20 military buildings very, very quickly and get his spam on. But he's just got to control the map first. Walls going up all over the place here. Second town center is up for Taravolta. He's going to have so much income in this game as the villagers coming through here to grab the rhinoceros as well. But really, what is Gorka's plan in this game? He's getting himself up a hill fort. This has been the plan all along. One tower to protect the hill fort. Walls up as well, as we see a fortress coming down. For Taravolta on this position as well, as it's going to be a castle off, so to speak. So we do have a Manticore coming out. Our Zeus player... Taravolta right now, he's got himself 110 favor in the bank. That's going to be absolutely huge for him to pump out tons and tons of those Manticore if he so chooses. As the hill fort is now up for Gorka. And he is ready to go. Whoop. Odysseus is hanging in here. This guy is such a lad. Look at him. Wait, hold on. I want to look at him. Look at him. He's got that gold chest plate. He knows what's up. He does look like he's been eating a little bit. The cheeks are a little bit chubby, you know what I mean? Underneath that armor there, I don't think there's a six-pack, if you know what I mean. Underneath that armor, I do not think there's a six-pack. All right. Odysseus was a king, right? Of some sort? I don't know. As we're now seeing the Petropolis coming in to take out this position. As Taravolta knows, the only way through building spam is going to be siege. You can't break Troy without siege or heavy myth units from Zeus, and he doesn't have any heavy myth units from Zeus with only Manticore and Centaur as his option here. And now we see our red hero, our Loki hero here, dropping that spy down as he gets a good amount of knowledge. No one would ever guess a spy on a Hippias here. No one would ever guess it. It's Taravolta. He's about to get himself... Wait, is Taravolta housed? Oh, no. Taravolta... Building house... He forgot his auto queue of houses is over here. He's forgot them. And we see Tia coming through for Gorka. Gorka doesn't care. He says, I've got my map control set. My entire base is walled in with stone walls. I've got myself a hill fort, and I'm ready to defend. I am ready to defend. So why not just go to the Mythic Age? He's got all the farms up. Those goats could probably do with being eaten right now. They have 300 food in them. Look at the difference. Is that 0.8? 0.8 versus 0. Oh, just 1, is it? I'm pretty sure it's just 1 on the goat. Absolutely insane. As what will Taravolta do in response to this? He is holding his Petropolis back. His Petropoli are held in reserve. Spams the farms out all over the place here. Farms up in the main base as well. He's going to have a lot of food income coming through very, very shortly. But Gorka is macroed up a storm. He is preparing for what could only be assumed to be either a Titan or a Wonder here, ladies and gentlemen. Already 5,000 wood in the bank. He's got 2,000 food. How much is a Wonder? Is it 5,000, 5,000, 5,000? It is. He's already got the wood for that Wonder in at the moment. 4,500 for that one. He just needs the food and the gold, and he's going to be able to make that happen. We're seeing some upgrades coming through as well for our main man, Taravolta. But he is about to get hit with a very, very brutal winter. A very, very brutal winter. As Taravolta comes around onto the left side of the map, he's going to be looking for some raids, but Gorka says, no, I don't need that. The question is, will he use his Fimbulwinter straight away, or will he save it just in case? There is a ceasefire available here for Taravolta, so he does have a good defense against this. As the villagers are going to be swinging up to this wood line over here. Taravolta, so many upgrades. He's going for Bravery. Bravery Huskarls at the moment. Bravery Huskarls for our main man, Gorka. As Taravolta deciding to put a little bit of pressure on over here. The army hanging out onto this position. The Petropoli still in reserve. Taravolta, as these guys are just saying, are we going to fight? No. It's a boom off. It's a boom off forever. As the Hippias could be trying to break through onto this position. We do see the units retreating away. Those heavy Herbmen are very, very scary Norsemen. And Gorka says, guys, we set a 20-minute no rush, and you attacked me at 19:30. So the champion Herbmen are in. And Taravolta, he's got those hoplites in, which are going to be very, very useful here. But it looks like Taravolta says, it's time to retreat away. Those champion Herbmen are too scary here. He's getting all of his upgrades, but refusing to build any units. Taravolta's actually got an incredible population advantage right now, and it looks like he's going to be going to the Mythic Age very, very shortly. He's got 8 Centaurs queued up as well. Yeah, the 20-minute timing push. We do see some Fenris Wolves. Is he going to make anything else? 84 favor in the bank. Only 20 favor in the bank for Gorka at the moment. As we see some houses coming up in the main base. Getting them all up. For those of you wondering, this is a very, very high Elo game. I think it's like 800 Elo, 900 Elo. Something like that. These guys are a bit scared of attacking into each other because they don't want to lose any of their dudes. Very passive. Making sure everything's... Look at this house wall that Tower of Volta's built, though. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I think he needs one more house. Is that right? One more house, and he's got all the houses he can get. And Gorka, at the moment, he gets himself conscript Longhouse soldiers. Oh. The classic 21-minute... 15-second bravery champion Huskarl timing push is coming through. He's going to be trying to tear down the fortress of Tower of Volta, and he does so with incredible precision as those Huskarl are going to be tearing through everything. They are so strong. We see a Draugr spawn here for Gorka as the game has now begun. The rush is over, and it is all happening for Gorka right now as Tower of Volta. His job is very, very challenging. He's going up through Hephaestus as the Huskarl are going to be cleaning everything up here at the moment. Gorka needs to spend his resources, though. He's very short on gold. The Metropolis are now saying, it's time to take his hill fort down. I can't deal with this many Huskarl. If I kill off the hill fort, it's going to be totally fine. And Gorka, now what? He needs more buildings. He needs more buildings. If only those Herman were in the fight. Repairing the hill fort up. Repairing actually is very, very impactful in a game of Age Mythology. Gorka knows. You see another fortress going to get dropped down over here. As the raiding cavalry dive through. But they get sniped down very, very quickly here. As Gorka's going to build out just a handful of those champion throwing axemen. There's a couple Centaur Polemark going to be moving in to just cause a little bit more problems here for Tower of Volta, for Gorka here. As Tower of Volta says, it's time to get some damage, but the Goaty are in. The Goaty are in, and they can take out those myth units very, very easily. As we see Siege Engineers coming through, as well as Burning Pitch. Idea being, must be for those Ballista. Ballista can snipe down enemy Metropoli very, very nicely. And the defense of Gorka's lifetime is now off to the races. As those Goaty will be able to start sniping down the Centaur Polemarks very, very nicely. The Metropoli only so useful at the moment. Get the Ballista right. Click onto the Metropoli. Is there another hill fort somewhere? No, there's not. But now we have heavy Ballista as he moves forward. But Tower of Volta is now in the Mythic Age, and he can pop a Plenty Vault down whenever he does so choose. As the heavy Ballista now going after... Is he going after the Metropolis? No. And we see Fimbulwinter 24 minutes into the game as the timing attack is coming through. Walking Woods gets dropped down. There is a Jason already in position. Fimbulwinter Wolves going to be taking out a whole bunch of villages and moving in to take out the front base here. Tower of Volta has forgotten that he's got Ceasefire if he needs it. He's going to be losing villages all over the place. No Town Bell is being cast. This is max value Fimbulwinter for Gorka. As if fear has been struck into Tower of Volta's eyes here, ladies and gentlemen. As the Metropoli continue to attempt to take this position down, we see 7 Huskarl in queue right now for Gorka. As the Toxodia are trying to push through and take out this lone heavy Ballista. 1 Huskarl pushing forward of his own volition here. to try and take out those Toxotes. A couple more Huskarl could go through there and take those out very, very easily, as the Goaty will manage to finish off that Colossus on the back here. But more Petropoli are in. More Petropoli trying to siege down this position. We see conscript cavalry coming through for Taravolta. He's just like, I got all these resources. I need to spend them. He's got 200 favor in the bank. He's ready for another Plentyvolt. Taravolta seems like he is saving his god powers for next game. He's still got Ceasefire, Plentyvolt, and Underworld here. In fact, he could have 2 Underworlds. As the Huskarl pull off of the hill fort, coming through to try and take out those Petropoli here. Bellerophon is in, but those champion Huskarl are scary. As we see the Petropoli all going down over there, he's going to be looking to target down that fortress, just ignoring the hoplites and the Bellerophon there as well. There's more units here coming forward, as the Gorka game plan of just 3 military buildings seems to be doing an absolute trick for him in this game. And we finally see Taravolta saying, wow, the champion Huskarl are too strong. Ceasefire. And we get to take a breather. As Gorka going to be retreating back. Hillfort is back up to full HP. 8 Huskarl in queue. They are training very, very quickly at the moment with... does he have conscripts? No. Yes? No. He doesn't. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't tell me. I don't know. 6 seconds to get a Huskarl. I think he's got both of his upgrades. Wait, does it say here? Oh, it does. Conscript Hillfort soldiers. As the ceasefire is now over, Gorka still playing this one very, very safely. He's almost got enough for that Wonder Age if he really wants it. He just needs a little bit more gold, 4,000 more gold. If he builds a market, he can sell wood and food just a little bit, probably to throw a Wonder up. And then he could just start clicking Fimbulwinter on cooldown. As we see Champion Toxotes is in. The army of Gorka rushing through here in an effort to try and take out those Champion Hippias. He's got the right counter units at the moment. As the Huskarl pushing back over here in an attempt to take out those villages. He doesn't care about the villages. He just wants to take out the fortress here. As Travolta's defensive efforts of just leaving the villages idle around the fortress has not been effective. Gorka removes the fortress for the game, and he's going to be going after those villages. And look at the gold income right now for Taravolta at the moment. He has got no gold in the bank, and he is dropping military value very, very quickly. Meanwhile, are we still seeing Gorka building Huskarl? No, he's forgetting to train those units out. We're seeing the raiding cavalry upgrades coming through. Vikings as well as heavy cavalry. So that his raiding cavalry can get just a little bit of gold for fighting in this game. As Gorka is still biding his time, he's got a significant advantage right now. 60 population differential, but he is toying with Taravolta at the moment. Taravolta, 0 gold income. He's got 1 villager on gold over here. This gold mine over here has expired. As the Bellerophon does end up going down. Colossus going to be getting taken out as well. As Gorka is slowly but surely finding himself in a very, very commanding position. But he needs to continue trading units. And we see the Huskarl just ignoring everything, going straight after that Townsend. It doesn't have enough. He's got 9 Huskarl on the case here. As that Townsend goes down very, very quickly to these Bravery Huskarl. They're doing a huge amount of damage. 14.7 hack damage per second with a 2.25x bonus versus buildings. But it's just too much here for Taravolta to deal with. It's 13 Huskarl queued up. Why not? Why not build more Huskarl? We see Champion Cavalry in, and now we've got Jotuns on the way, ladies and gentlemen. The Mountain Giants will be coming through. Gorka has been saving his Mountain Giant for this moment. 30 minutes into the game. Jotuns will be in it. That Mountain Giant is going to get very, very large, very, very shortly. As Taravolta is in a tough position himself. He's moving his villagers in onto the gold mine right now, keeping true to the start of the game with his perfectly placed storehouse here. as close to the gold mine to get as much economy in as possible. We see some Toxotes coming out. Not the best of unit comp decisions here going up against the basically pure Huskal of Gorka here. And now we see a classic 29-minute, 57-second second town center up for Gorka, just to give himself a little bit more population in this game. As the Huskal are out, 25 Huskal going to be ready to start hitting some insane raids here. He might grab the town center in the center as well if he so chooses. We'll see how it's all going to go as the Huskal are now going to be moving across the map here. Going to be diving in onto these villages over here. We do see one little cheeky Colossus on this position, but Gorka says, I don't care. I want the building foundation. I want the villages. I want it all. As Taravolta not reacting just yet. He's got a lot of Toxotes in the back there, but the stone walls of Taravolta now going to be getting targeted down as they instantly die. Look at how fast those Huskal take those out. And Gorka has breached the main base of Taravolta. Taravolta is in an incredibly tough position now as those Huskal are going to be cleaning all of the buildings up of Gorka's going to be cleaning up all the buildings of Taravolta, going after the town center here. The Huskal gets pulled off here. They see a whole bunch of Toxotes. They've got a huge bonus against them, 2.5x, as those are going to be cleaned up. We see the town center getting finished up here as well before the Huskal are probably going to move back over. Another Draugr spawn. Gorka getting fairly unlucky with the Draugr. There's no huge myth unit spawns in this game for his Lokis. He's going after the stable as well. Is he still building Huskal? Yes, he is. The Jotun still waiting to be activated in this game. Armory going down, preventing the units of Taravolta from gaining any strength. Houses getting cleaned up to limit the population as well. As more houses going down on this position, and Gorka is running completely rampant all over Taravolta, and he just cannot deal with these Huskals, as the military academy going to go down as well. But after all is said and done, the Huskal army has been cleaned up and Taravolta lives another day. But another raiding party of Huskal coming through, spotting the gold mine over here, going to be cleaning up all those villages of Taravolta, who is doing the God Powerless Challenge, or the Mythic Age and Heroic Age God Powerless Challenge in this game. Still no Plentyvault being cast down. Still no Underworld. As the Huskal sneaking around here, they want to take even more buildings out. Gorka's also played the campaign. He knows if you take out the enemy military buildings, they can no longer build military. This is all that matters. As the archery range going down, the villagers over here have been caught out as well. Town center is the next port of call for Gorka. Who knows? If my opponent's got no answer to my Huskal, he's going to lose all of those buildings. But Taravolta rebuilds that hometown center. The Hippias, champion Hippias to boot, with that Spirited Charge tech, are going to be coming through here in an attempt to finish off those Huskal, but the town center falls. Nonetheless, as Gorka is now hit basically full population, he's still pumping out those champion Huskal. He's now got himself 2 hill forts. As the houses are all going down in this position as well. Gorka is in such a commanding position. The Taravolta is holding on nicely. He's going to throw a couple of military barracks or academies down. Will he realize? No! 33 minutes and 29 seconds into the game. The gods decree that the level of gameplay was too high. And they say out of sync. Ladies and gentlemen, a draw has commenced. No clear winner in this game whatsoever. Taravolta, our hero, survives another day against Gorka, the madman, the Norse madman with the Huskal. Can just not make it happen on this day. He had the advantage, but he could just not stamp Taravolta out of this one with the out of sync coming to his rescue. A draw is here, ladies and gentlemen. And I would have it no better way. There is no better way for an Age of Mythology game. Everyone ends with a big hug, and the Low Elo Legends continues. And in this day, we have learned, first and foremost, if there is no counter to Huskal in the shape of military, there is a counter to Huskal in the shape of an out of sync error. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.